What's going on, everybody? This is a what sold video. My name is Jeff. I'm a full-time reseller on eBay, and I sell on a few other platforms as well. Locally, I sell some comics on a comic site, and I'm branching out. Like, I'm starting to really invest some time into thinking about diversifying off of eBay as well. The platform has changed. I do love it, and I'm hoping to get their stuff together. But in the meantime, you know, we all got to think about ourselves, right? But in the meantime, let's talk about what sold today. We had 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 sales for $248, and again, I sold 2 things offline today for $140, and I did little shorts on them. There were 2 First Nations prints. A woman came during her lunch, and she was looking at them, and they weren't signed. She was really hoping they were signed. I had them listed for $150 on eBay, and I've had them up for a little while. For some reason, I don't normally do this, but I listed them locally for $2, and she was all ready to pay $2, but until she realized that they were unsigned. So she was looking at them, and we were talking. We had good rapport going, and I'm like, whoa, you know. And at this point, I'm kind of thinking I've lost the sale. I'm thinking that she's interested, but you know, I'm like, well, you know, I'm open to offers, I said, because in my mind, I've already taken them down from eBay. I don't want to lose the sale. I want to start the day off on a good note. And she wasn't willing to throw out a number, so I was like, well, in my head, I'm like, what would I be okay taking, and what would be a number that I could even negotiate down if she countered. So I threw out 100, and she was like, you know what? I like him at that price. So we struck a deal. We exchanged contact information. She's actually very knowledgeable about First Nations art, as she is First Nations. She's it was just, we had a really great conversation, and as I said in the short, I do have other art pieces, but I just really don't know what the value of them are. And so she's going to actually help me price some of these, which I just thought was so incredibly sweet. And I was extremely thankful. So I'm going to send her some links over the coming days. And, you know, at least I'll, in the process, learn more, because that's what I always want to learn more about art. The other sale was a JVC video cam, kind of like vintage case. This is an interesting story. So as I mentioned before, my daughter and her partner are moving, and I've been helping them, you know, clean out some of their stuff, helping them donate some things, helping them get rid of trash and things that have accumulated. I went over there last week, and sometimes they set stuff out. They have like where they live, there's a high traffic area. So they had actually set this case out on the sidewalk for anybody to just pick it up. And when I came, I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm like, someone's going to want that. I mean, I kind of was thinking I might want that, but I mean, what am I going to do with it? So anyhow, last night I finally get around to listing it. I just listed it locally on Facebook and Craigslist. And then today somebody messages me, and he goes, you know, hey, I'm interested in the case. I could swing by later in the evening. I'm like, yeah, sure. And this is the brand new Facebook Marketplace account that I have just recently set up in light of me being dangerously close to losing my primary Facebook account access to Marketplace because of stupid bots that flag things that shouldn't be flagged, like dog Christmas ornaments, and they think I'm selling dogs. Or what was the last one was so incredibly dumb. That one just really sent me in a rant. I can't even remember what it was, and then I appealed it, and they still denied it. So I'm like, you know what? I need to set up another account. So in my head, I feel like I'm already going to lose that Facebook Marketplace access. Like I feel like it's inevitable. So anyhow, the guy came, we get to talking, and he goes, you know, he's like, I think I bought something off of you before. He's like, this area seems familiar to me for some reason. And he had bought the most obscure piece off of me. I want to say last year. It was from the Toxic Herald estate that I bought last summer. And it was this, it was like this giant stone hand that I don't know how it was made, but it was like, it was just this giant, and I mean, I don't even know why I bought it. I just thought it was cool. And I can't even remember what he paid for it, but I want to say it was like $60 or $70. It was just this unique art piece. And I was like, I'm like, yeah. I said, he was like, I think I bought this giant hand off of you. And I'm like, yeah, that was me. I'm like, what did you ever do with that? And he goes, oh, he's like, I went to the ocean and I got like a I can't remember. Did he say like a small log, and somehow he like wedged the hand in there? Anyhow, I asked him to send me a pic because I definitely want to see it. So if he does, I'll show you guys. So there were the two local sales for $140. The rest of the stuff is just kind of like small stuff. This little skull. So this is the Saskatchewan Roughriders, the CFL football team, and somebody designed like their own, like a fan did this like folk art kind of thing. This sold for $25, actually shipping to Nova Scotia, and I just thought it was cool. I think I paid $2 for it. I didn't know if anybody was ever gonna buy it, and it's probably only been listed for like less than 6 weeks, which to me, for something this obscure, that's actually pretty fast. So that sold for $25. I had a lot of 4 Dragon Ball Z cards. I know nothing about Dragon Ball Z except that they're collectible. So there were 4 of them in the lot. The buyer who was interested, he just wanted 2 of them. So I think I had them listed for, I want to say like $25 or $26. Again, I have no idea what these things are worth. And he was like, he told me that he was a recurring buyer, and I just told him to make an offer, and he offered me $10 for the 2, so I'm going to accept that. I mean, I already accepted it. So, a little Hello Kitty lot. All of these 3 items for $39, and this was a buyer, they bought these 2, so, like, I mean, tell me, this is not adorable. Look at this. So cute. And I think is this the one that was, it's got some, it's got like some markings inside. It's purple, so it's the same color as this. It almost looks like it came like that. But no date on that. Actually, no date on either of these. So these 2 were $24. They made an offer. I think they were for $28 on sale. So, you know, he made an offer for, you know, not much lower. Of course, I'm going to accept that. And then I was able to upsell them, and I told them I could do free shipping on anything else that had it, and they added this little Hello Kitty heart zippered pouch for $15. So, nice little sale, $39. You know, you always want to be thinking about how can you get your average price per sale up, or per shipment up. You know, to go from 25 to 39, that's a big win. And then what else? What else? Oh, something that sold that I've already shipped. 2 things actually. There was this button. It says, "Write in Dick Gregory, President for Peace, 1968." I had a couple of these things. I woke up late and my wife was gonna take the car, so I had to get her to get my shipments out. She doesn't like it when I ask her to drop off my packages, but she does it anyhow. And that sold for $18. And then this sold, they haven't paid for it yet. It's another button. It was listed for 8 something and they offered me 6. It says Women's Action for Economic Equality. It's International Women's Day on March 8th. So that sold for 6. And then I also sold a poster that I shipped out earlier. It was for the movie Machete Kills. Nothing special about it. Is that Charlie Sheen? Yeah, that's true. I guess that is Charlie Sheen. He just looks aged there. So anyhow, so that sold for $14.99. And that's it. I mean, oh, and let's see here. 3 of the sales were promoted, and 3 of them, how many did I have? So the 2 Hello Kitties, 2, so 3 were promoted, and I think 2 were not promoted. So yeah, so sorry, my maths, I didn't actually write how many items I sold, and I can't. Anyhow, this continues to be like one of the weirdest. I feel like I should be more worried about my sales, even though 248 is a respectable amount. You know, my goal is right around 280 a day. But had it not been for those 2 local sales, and this day would have been crap if it was just eBay. So I continue to feel like there's something wrong with their, like I've been actually going in and just everyone, like picking out some random items and then going in an incognito browser and then seeing where my item falls in the search rankings. And I'm continuously noticing that eBay is placing random, I guess maybe what I wish I knew how to do that, where you could see my screen while I'm recording. I really need to learn how to do that. But I'm seeing continuously like random items that are not what I'm searching, showing up higher than me in search results. Now, there's no reason that should ever happen. Like, why would eBay be recommending something that is not what you're searching for? That doesn't make any sense at all. So, thank goodness for the ability to send offers. Thank goodness for repeat buyers. Thank goodness for upselling. Like, those are 3 things that you definitely should be doing. You should be sending offers. You should be always striving for customer retention and encouraging repeat buying when possible, and upselling if you can. You know, if you have that ability, or if you know, or maybe your store is structured in a way that it clearly advertises the shipping and people can see that. But I like to engage a little bit more. Sometimes I'll even go as far as to, you know, based on what they buy, let them know maybe I have this or this, if I think about it off the top of my head. And of course I have a whole nother store that they don't know about until I engage with them and let them know. So that, you might not be in that situation. You might only have one eBay store, but that there are, in my opinion, some significant advantages to eventually considering opening up like kind of like another eBay store. I actually think in the future I might even open a 3rd one, kind of take everything that I've learned in my stores and kind of do that one the right way. Maybe be very super narrowly focused on what that one sells. Like, so something that I think about from time to time. I'm also trying to get set up on Bonanza. I'm just really slow to make changes, but I know changes have to be coming. Bonanza is another platform, and from what I'm told, it can just import your listings in a way that you really don't have to do anything, which is kind of like right up my alley. But I'll let you know when and if that ever happens. So anyhow, guys, hopefully your sales are killing it, or hopefully you're just enjoying the summer, because you know, eventually the sales are going to come back. I've just spent the last couple of days listing and kind of, you know, doing some local stuff as well, listing locally as well, trying to get through some big stuff that I had. Some, I don't want to say death piles. I mean, we all have death piles, but I just look at it as unlisted inventory that I'll get to eventually. I don't really have like piles of things that I don't necessarily want to get to. It's just, I have quite a bit of inventory in general. Sorry guys, we'll talk soon.